This is a rare occasion. I am going to pitch you a new business today. It's a real business. I made a real pitch deck for it. And then I'm going to assume you guys are investors, and this is our first call. And I'll pitch it. Then after I'm done, I'll break down some of the key slides and how I solved them. Alright, so the product that we are working on is called Monthly. One of the things I love about this product is that few companies are positioned as well as we are to build it. We've been selling to startups for over 7 years now. Our platform Slidebean has over 15,000 active subscribers, and our new Slidebean agency branch is en route to reaching its first $1 million in revenue, only a year after we launched it. But more importantly, we figured out a sustainable way to get over 35,000 leads per month. And these are not paid leads, they're organic, and we've actually cut out our ad spend in the last few months. They come from our YouTube videos and the 250,000 plus visits our website gets every month. And the vast majority of them are startup founders, an audience that is usually very hard to target with positive unit economics. And we are a startup ourselves. We're a team of 30 people now. And we recently stumbled upon a problem, which is that SaaS ops platforms are not available to companies like us. So the average small business has around 42 SaaS tools and spends somewhere around $200K a year. And we're not the exception. And the problem is that there's really no centralized overview of this stack. So I like to think that I'm organized with these expenses, but I often see myself checking that a tool is actually being used by all the seats that we are paying for. And when attempting to find a platform to organize this, I realized every single one of them is focused on businesses larger than 100 employees. And these are not known brands by any means. They're companies that operate mostly on outbound sales. But these small businesses, like us, we have a problem. The average company under 100 employees has 3.6 duplicate apps, 2.6 orphan subscriptions, and an average of 17 platforms per employee. And this is, of course, continuing to grow. So how can we solve this for small businesses where there's an absolute focus on optimizing expenses? Well, we can connect to their accounting software or to their emails to collect these invoices. We can measure user activity using SSO and their G Suite logs, but most importantly, we can offer smart recommendations. We can, for example, highlight tools that do the same thing. We can point out the potential savings of switching to another tier or switching to annual. We can even recommend up-and-coming platforms that could replace or merge some of the existing platforms on their stack. More importantly, we can optimize billing. SaaS platforms get billed on different days, on different cards. You need to go to each one of these platforms to manage and add or remove any of these users. And Monthly centralizes all of this so founders or office managers can streamline this. And like I said, in this SaaS world, organizing the stack is a critical need for all companies. But companies under 100 employees don't have a solution because monetizing and selling to them with possible economics is very hard. So after our experience with these companies, we understand that this product needs to start as a free product. The startup with 1 or 2 or 3 founders will not pay to optimize their expenses. They are just too few. We know that firsthand. And we can still monetize that audience by offering sponsored recommendations, but our real focus is on companies that are scaling. 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, where this is starting to become a mess. That is where our premium product comes in. We already know that we have the capacity to sell a $49 or $99 a month product with little to no touch sales. And we've been doing it for 5 years to the exact same audience. And in the future, we think there's a massive potential for Monthly to be integrated directly into these SaaS platforms, allowing customers to manage billing from one single platform and not having to put credit cards on 42 different systems, or go to each one of these systems to add or remove a new user. But of course, first we need a presence. We need a reliable platform with a solid user base. Once again, leveraging our existing audience for this initial traction. So our website gets close to 300,000 hits per month. This YouTube channel gets 500,000 organic views per month. The website traffic is twice as much as many startup websites like startups.com or gus.com. If we can get paid customers acquisition for the same $60 per customer that we get on Slidebean today, our CAC versus LTV multiplier will be great. So we are rolling this out now. This video is part of those experiments. We want to understand how people react. We want to understand if people sign up for the product that is already live at monthlyapp.com. So we are already starting to roll out access, and we expect to enable public access in August of this year. And we project to reach our first 10K in MRR by the end of the year. So a little bit an addressable market. There are 2.5 million companies with 10 to 100 employees in the US. That is, of course, our initial market. However, we're making sure that we can also integrate with companies in the major startup hubs in Europe and Latin America, a market that we know all too well. So now for competitors. So SaaS ops competitors have been around since 2016, and some of them are rather well funded. However, as I said, not a single one of these companies is focusing on businesses our size. And the reality is that it's just unsustainable to make inbound or outbound sales on companies this size with such lower LTVs. That is our advantage, and that is why other companies trying to compete for these markets will struggle to reach the exposure that we already have. I also believe that we're coming into this market with a brand name that can truly become a reference. No offense to Blissfully or Intello, but they have nothing going on against a brand name like Monthly. This is our team. We founded Slidebean, we bootstrapped it, we raised venture capital, and then we became profitable, not needing to raise money again. I led all of our marketing efforts and continue to be involved heavily with our growth and sales team. Jose is the brains behind the product that we have live today. Both our artificial intelligence engine and our app in its current state have been led by him. And Vinny is our chief design officer and is involved directly with UI and user experience optimization. Behind us, a team of over 30 people with an average time with the company of 2+ years. And more importantly, very much capable of keeping up with our pace. So this business is of course part of Slidebean. We envision leveraging this massive audience that we have to develop other products tailored to the needs of these companies. And that is also the reason why this pitch deck is not really to raise money at the moment. We don't need it. We don't need any money to get this product to market and to prove that there's a need for it. The great thing about being profitable is that we can fund these experiments ourselves. So if things move on as we expect them to, we'll likely be raising money in early 2021. So if you'd be interested in learning more, please reach to us at founders@monthlyapp.com. All right, so that's the end of the pitch. Now let's talk about some of the slides that I used. I normally follow a structure that I've talked about in plenty of videos. I'll link those in the description, but I want to highlight a few slides that fall outside of my standard deck recommendation. And again, you can check that video on the description. So first, notice how I started with traction. In our case, traction is not only important to get some credibility, but it is our secret sauce. The reason we believe we can succeed in this new business is because it's useful to the customers that we already serve. And I probably would have shown some revenue metrics rather than user metrics on a real investor deck, but this is YouTube and I don't want to tell you what our revenue is. So notice how I merged the solution to the product as I was speaking. I spent very little time talking about the solution as a concept and very quickly jumped to the product slide so that we could showcase the product itself. I also included a customer profile or customer persona slide. Two reasons for this. First, we felt it was important to clearly state how much we understand these types of companies because we're one of them after all. But beyond that, I think a customer persona slide is useful for a lot of decks. Sometimes products are very abstract or very complex, and explaining who the customer persona is can provide a lot of clarity. On go-to-market, you should normally talk about your growth strategies. If you're pre-revenue, you need to show that you have the ability to grow and scale this product and this company. If you're post-revenue, then the go-to-market slide can very much focus on your existing unit economics and how you expect those to behave moving forward. A rollout plan or timeline is also a good addition to a go-to-market slide. Probably the key here is the purpose of this video. Aside from helping you out, giving you some pointers, we are measuring success rate. We are measuring conversion rate on the monthly app landing page. We are measuring how excited you are to learn about this product. It's the lean startup approach. So any additional thoughts, let us know in the comments. If you hate it, be sure to tell us as well. We welcome it. On the TAM slide, what I did is a very rough pass of our potential market. There's probably some narrowing down that needs to be done to understand how many companies we can truly acquire. I just honestly haven't had time to do it, but my real investor deck would probably have a lot more research here. If you want to learn more about a great approach to TAM, be sure to watch our video by Steve Barsh. Last but not least, fundraising. Our situation is special. We don't want to dilute the company unless we see the potential of faster scale. I understand better than ever, and I've talked about it for years now, that we need traction first. Raising money on ideas is really hard, really hard. We want to raise money on metrics, and we can't. We just have to wait and test our assumptions. Once again, investors don't like to fund these tests. You need to do them yourself, and we are. So thanks a lot for watching. This pitch deck was very much made with Slidebean, so if you want to follow this template and use it for your own deck, we've made it available for use. You can sign up for free at slidebean.com/YouTube. And once again, go ahead and check out Monthly at monthlyapp.com.